Hey, welcome to HBO Showtime. My name is Tom.
I'm Travis. And I will be your Cody for this evening.
I'm Sean Harrison.
Sean Harrison, so glad you're in studio tonight.
Famous porn star, Sean Harrison.
Yes, you see my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's been an exciting week for porn and other things on the internet.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to cover it here on the show.
Yeah.
Postmortem. If you didn't know, that's what you clicked on.
Most of the people you're jerking off are alive, but some of them, it's going to creep you out, are actually dead.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Guys, how do we start the show again? We started with
I have
this.
no idea. I know, Tom, you stole my fucking thing, so fucking keep doing it.
I am. Guys, let's start with Cody. Cody, how was your week?
Oh, thank you for asking. Incredibly uneventful. I did schedule my first dosage of the vaccine, so I'm looking forward to that day after tomorrow.
Nice.
You going to get that J&J straight to the brain?
Yeah, straight to wherever I need clotting done.
Now, I heard...
I don't think it's Johnson & Johnson.
I think Johnson & Johnson, the clotting has only been happening to women.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, on birth control.
so
Really?
shouldn't they be giving it to men for free to deal with this problem?
Put it right into the shaft of my penis, so
Right.
it can clot and be longer.
Right. Clot.
That's
Harder.
Sean Harrison.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Sean Harrison?
That's a new
There you
technique.
go.
I have to write that one down, actually, Travis.
So, Cody, you're getting 5G.
I'm getting half of 5G. I'm getting 2.5G on Friday. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then the other 2.5 comes I think a month later.
You're really getting Johnson & Johnson?
No.
Oh, good.
Stop asking.
Good shit.
That was paused, Mike.
Oh.
They took that off the shelves.
Paused. I like that it's paused.
Pause.
It's
It'll
not
come
like,
back.
oh, we're
Be
done
right
with it. It's paused.
It'll come back.
It's like a laser disc.
It's like when they took Four Loko off the market and then came back with Four Loko, but it didn't have caffeine.
Yeah, so everyone hated it.
yeah.
And everyone hated it before, too, but they kept buying it.
Yeah, well, at least
Yeah.
Cody, anything else with the week?
Nah, I had a quesadilla. That was about it.
All right. Super.
Yeah.
How was your
Hey.
week, Mike? Sean Harrison?
So far, my week, I'm trying to think. I just lost money this week. I don't know. I've just been
Right, we're going to cover that.
losing
before we
money.
get
I
into-
mean, but I'm going to be gaining money in a little bit. So,
Good. Yes, we have a very exciting announcement for the listeners of this show, which we'll get to right before we start the meat and potatoes.
ties in with the episode, Mike.
Right. So, Mike, yeah. This is going to be fun. Travis,
Well, Cody kind of stole my thunder because I got dose number 1, Moderna crew.
congratulations.
No, you stole mine.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It was weird. You had to, like, Mike, your sister did it, which is weird, kind of incestual. I don't know.
Oh, Allie did it?
She inserted my arm, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Ah.
But
Cool.
like they made, I don't know. It was weird. They shoot you up and then you had to sit. I was doing it in Value Drugs, which is a regular drugstore, and then they have all these chairs spaced out in the aisle, and you just had to like sit there like in timeout for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I bought deodorant there while they were doing it with all the old people, like week 2, and it was like, this is about grave distance. Are you getting used to it?
Yeah. So, but they were like, "What is this ID? Do you pay taxes here?" Because I had an Oregon license. I'm like, "Bam, bitch, I do. Get out of here. Give me that shot."
Yeah, because you technically are a homeowner here.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh,
badass.
flaming
Nice.
homeowner.
Yeah,
You have the G's in you.
I have those G's.
Nice.
Tom,
beautiful.
Italian
0
G's.
G. He's in 0 G right now.
I'm
He's
staying
just
at
floating
0.
around. He's an orb of energy.
I'm just floating. I do have a lot of energy right now. You know why? Because we're recording on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And when people
Hump
are
day.
humping, I'm fucking. I'm fucking. I am not this PG hump day crap.
No
No.
dry humping?
No, I am
No,
the peak
no,
of
no.
my energy. Oh my! It is 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. I am
it?
flying. I have been up since 9:00 a.m. directing children because that's what I do for a day job, and dealing with clients from Korea.
Tom, you're like a more expensive camp counselor.
I am. I absolutely am, and the kids are getting paid as well.
That's a cool camp.
Yes. So that, you know what? I'm still in the middle of my week. It's too early to report.
Yeah,
but
that's too early, yeah.
let's get into
Wait,
the,
hold on. Could I show up to your job and just become like the Jason?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would love that.
Can I become another intern again?
You want to be an intern?
Yeah, let me get like you guys coffee and shit again.
It's all remote.
Digital
Ah.
coffee.
You get
Digital
drive coffee around?
Yeah, Uber coffee. I guess I'll do.
Just order Uber
Wow.
coffee for people.
Yes.
Now that is efficient.
Is that a new job I have? I hear.
You do have a new job, and we need to speak about it on the show. So enough of my week. We need to very much appropriately discuss the new plan, the new roast mortem fiscal plan,
Yes.
before anything.
Yes, absolutely. And this ties into the episode. We're going to be talking about money, a lot of money this episode. And while we're at it, Tom, can you explain our profits, our goals as a firm?
Right. Okay. So
Ventures.
as a disclaimer, none of the money we're using for this caper is from the Patreon.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
We are not being this irresponsible. But Travis, Cody, and myself, mostly Travis and Cody, I'm picking up the spare change. We are investing $6,666.66 to Roast Mortem Futures.
Yes.
The head division of Roast Mortem Futures is none other than Sean Harrison, a.k.a.
Thank you.
Mike.
Sean
Yes.
Harrison, in this digital age, I would love to give you cash,
Woo!
baby.
Oh
So-
my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna strip. I'm gonna invest this real.
Oh,
good.
you can't be doing this, Mike.
The whole goal is for you to become an adult, then you buy the titties.
Right.
So
So
I get grilled cheese at lunch tomorrow. That's secrets. Come on.
if it makes you money. So the idea of this, in short, is that he is receiving this money from the three of us. And I keep saying the three of us. I got to throw myself in there. This is,
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
basically Nancy Pelosi
Yeah,
at the moment.
Mike
I
is
am a
holding
big part of this.
You're the
$3,300 right now in cash.
Yeah. So he's holding, $3,300, I believe.
What does it sound like? Hold it up to the microphone.
Sounds like a lot of wads.
Right. Then Cody is doing it digitally, and then I'm doing it in rolls of pennies. Mike will be taking this cash. He will be investing it.
I still owe
Yes,
you.
I will
100.
be-
I'm shorting you.
She shorted me. I don't want to do it anymore.
We have target goals. We haven't exactly figured them out yet. It's on a chalkboard.
I'm gonna
It's
make you
bad.
guys so filthy rich. It's gonna be insane.
Right. So
Cody, what's our time frame? What's our time frame going on?
I'm just freaking out how this doesn't sound like a better idea when we're sober. But,
Wait. Can I invest
definitely
all
under
of
a
it
year.
at once?
Let's see if Mike can, get himself to $30,000.
And we'll put it all in Ethereum.
Not under a year, but we'll put our first checkpoint around I don't know, let's say 6
5
or 8
months.
months.
5 months.
There
5
will be
months.
there will be checking
All
ins. Okay, so either way, so that's the deal.
I'll keep
If
you
you
guys
like the
updated,
show,
yeah.
stick around for this little mini saga we have made of absolutely irresponsible spending.
Irrespendable
Oh, this
is
is
a good
really
title for
responsible
this little
spending.
trick.
Be
Maybe
good
we'll
with
call it the feature. Sean Harrison's irrespendable.
I'll show you guys every time I spend it. I will make sure I show you guys how I spend it.
There's gonna be a lot of pictures of
that was
taquitos.
part of the stipulation.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
And I really like how I asked you to hold on. I trickled you some money over Zelle.
Doge
I
420,
asked you-
man.
I asked you to hold on to it, and before you did that, you blew 1,000 of it into Dogecoin.
Yeah, because it was Doge 420 and it didn't hit. I got so fucked on that.
Yeah.
you did.
Okay,
I didn't get fucked. I
Great start, Mike.
It didn't
And I also
really
asked you to
turn out the way I
send me a
want.
receipt of it. Of
Oh.
the 1,000 you put into Doge, and what you sent wasn't a receipt. It was just you putting $1,000 into the buy order without any confirmation. So you don't know what a receipt is, and I'm already panicky a little bit.
All right, but we're jumping off into whole new investment futures here, Cody, and talk about receipts. It's a great segue.
Right.
The future's brave.
Shout out to Big Will.
So tonight we are going to be roasting the biggest white-collar Wall Street crime in history. So put on your cashmere golf sweaters,
Have it on
bust
already.
out some rails of coke,
Ooh.
and hire an Epstein masseuse, because we're roasting Bernie Madoff.
I can't believe a socialist like you would roast Bernie like this.
That's different Bernie, dog!
It is. Okay, I had a feeling
Actually,
that was going to backfire.
I feel like they're two uncles. Like the good uncle and the terrible one you're never going to see again.
Right, the one who throws money at you and tries to buy you favors. And
I don't know
and
which
the
one you're talking about.
well, they're both throwing money at you. Let's put it that way. It's just different. Continue, Travis.
Now, this boy, Bernie Madoff, he's a freshie. He actually died on Tom's birthday. So
Oh,
this
happy
year,
birthday,
so happy
Tom.
birthday.
It's one of my favorite gifts I've ever received.
Nice.
Yeah. April 14th. 2021. So Bernie Madoff operated the largest Ponzi scheme ever pulled off. And how'd he do it? It's because rich people are fucking stupid and lazy, and they don't really care where they're throwing their money, and they don't know how to work for it.
Not us, though. I mean, we're the future rich. We
Exactly.
don't have a lot of money now, but
Or
Mike,
maybe
yeah.
smart
High
investments.
IQ investments only.
Yeah,
Right.
checks and balances.
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh
Thank you,
my
Mike, for
god.
my future wealth.
No problem.
So his scheme did not just affect the rich; it fucked over people from all walks of life, including his own family, who bought into the Ponzi scheme.
Oh.
Yikes.
Now, you know when old people say, "Remember the good old days"?
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember those good old days, right? Like 9/11, war in the Middle East, which is over now. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Yeah, right?
And
It's just
the-
warming up.
2012, that was supposed to end, but
Yeah.
no, it's still here.
The Little Rascals. That's what I think of with the old time. Fun
Black
jokes.
and white, right?
Black and white.
TV.
Yeah, and of course, who can forget? Right when Tom, Cody, and I were entering our adulthood, the financial crisis of 2008 and the subsequent
Which
recession.
Right. The housing market bubble.
Yeah,
Not only
Oh, that one. Okay, cool.
not only was it fun, but it was a great way for Nancy Pelosi to increase her net worth by $150 million.
yeah. Also, a great way to market V for Vendetta.
Yes.
Great movie.
I love how either side of the aisle identifies with that movie and no one knows what the hell is going on. You get the most retarded libertarian fuck and the most liberal Bernie bro like saying this movie's about us.
And then the British are like, you guys have bonfire night? Light up some fireworks, get drunk, have bonfire?
Guy Fawkes. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. A fun movie, but people definitely read into it a little bit too much, forgetting it's fiction.
That's a cool movie. I like that one.
So Bernie Madoff did not cause the crisis, but his criminal masterpiece certainly fueled the recession.
Oh.
Ah.
I know
criminal
that.
masterpiece.
So this is a disclaimer here. This story is about the wonderful lost tribe of Israel, which
Whoa.
we have been called out before for being anti-Semitic.
Have
And
we?
I just wanted to.
Who? What?
Well, people are like, well, you guys are saying a little bit too many Jew jokes.
Too many?
Tom's
Yeah.
Jewish.
Tom, we got Tom here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got our pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's be honest. Punching Jews is punching up. Okay?
Yeah.
When you own the banking system, you could take a few jokes.
And I'm a mensch, right?
You're a kind of a mensch. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's
a
a
Wow.
mensch.
Yeah, I guess guilty by
You see,
association.
you see all this money he's got? He's absolutely a mensch.
Yeah, look at this.
I didn't know this was a concern of any of our listeners, but I must assure you that if you are concerned, please write us.
Hey.
That's it.
Yeah, listen how you feel.
Just,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no, we're not giving them an address. Just
Oh.
write us.
Oh, yeah, they'll send us bad things.
Just right.
Write us.
So, Bernard Lawrence Madoff was born April 29th, 1938 in Laurelton, Queens, New York.
Wait, this
Oh.
guy's initials are seriously BLM.
Yes, which was really weird. The book was written before Black Lives Matter, and they just abbreviated it as BLM. I'm like, what?
Okay. Sign of the times.
Bernie Madoff's life matters.
Yeah, it does. That's why we're here.
Jesus.
Celebrating something.
So now Laurelton, which is now it's in Queens, it's just north of JFK. Now it's a very Jamaican neighborhood. You get yourself a nice oxtail soup.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's
Lovely.
just gas.
But back then it was the Jewish middle class utopia of New York City.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
Bernie's parents, Sylvia and Ralph, were both first generation Americans from a Polish, Romanian, and Austrian parents. Ralph was a plumber by day, but by night he ran an illegal stock brokerage,
That's pretty
It's
sick.
fine.
which is cool. Yeah, industrious guy. He's trading shares without a license.
Who cares?
You gotta make it in this world.
Shares?
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just who cares?
You got to share your shares.
got to share them around.
Yeah.
Why do you need a
That's why
license?
they're called
for
that.
I didn't even know you needed a license.
To be like a licensed broker of like shares like that.
No, I get I get the purpose of a broker, but like if someone wants to just broke some shares for you,
Nobody checked back then anyway,
Yeah,
right?
no one really checked.
Yeah.
yeah,
And also, it's funny that he's like selling them under the table, like Lucy cigarettes. Like,
yeah.
I got General Electric here. I got half a share.
Let me get a Coca-Cola when you come over to fix my toilet later.
Now I assume he's like actually handing over like the paper certificates of the shares. And
Yeah,
shit like that.
this is the 30s.
because this is before.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
before
Or
all the
Robin Hood.
wacky wire stuff.
Yeah.
So Bernie was never really an all-star in school. He was pretty liked, but people thought he was a little bit slow. He was completely overshadowed by his younger brother Peter and sister Sandra. But what he lacked in his grades, he made up for in his ambition. Bernie got a job laying...
Just like Mike.
Yeah, just like Mike here. Tony Harrison. What's your name again?
Sean Harrison.
Yeah. I don't get that joke. Explain it.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
his porn star name.
It's a porn star.
Street where he lives,
Fair
middle
enough.
name,
It's your middle name and the street you grew up on is your porn star name.
and it's so normal that we have to adopt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
I'm
I like the way it
tweeting.
sounds.
Yeah. Hi, Sean Harrison.
Yes.
On the line.
So much like the way most of your porn start, Bernie's job was laying sprinklers. He'd come by your house and he'd be like,
Oh, he lays
Checking your
pipe.
sprinklers.
yeah, laying some pipe, some hot pipe.
A lot
Poor
of money in
Bernie.
irrigation these days.
Yeah. But basically, he worked with this one dude and realized how, like, the dude taught him how to lay sprinklers. And he was like, fuck that. I'm going to do the business myself. A very industrious young boy.
That's pretty rude, actually.
Yeah, kind of fucked him.
Yeah.
So our high school was pretty diverse, I would say, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Mine
yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah.
Huntington?
Yeah, Huntington was pretty diverse. It was
How about
weird.
you?
though.
Mine was very diverse, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're
It was
West
pre-
Babylon.
Yeah, it was like half. It was a pretty good mixture of people.
Yeah, we were about half and half too. They actually dragged kids from like the richer neighborhoods into our school,
Oh,
so it could be as elite and poor at the same time.
nice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was an
mix it up
interesting
day.
experience. Yeah, mix it up.
Oh,
day,
yeah.
which
To
was
go to-
interesting. The cafeteria, I think we mentioned this before, was segregated.
Yeah.
Now,
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't enforced segregation though. It was just there was two sides, and like each like demographic of people like kept to their own.
Yeah. and
Really?
The,
Yeah,
the
and
school,
it was
prison?
divided by a wall.
the
And
school
yeah.
noticed that, and they made a mix-it-up day where they...
So yeah, they did a mix it
Yeah,
up day
like,
where they invited
The school
all-
didn't want to lose like their tax credit or something, so they made both sides of the cafeteria like intermingle, which
It
was
was like
very
prison-
awkward.
prison
'cause It's
style?
just like we see what you're doing,
Yeah.
and we're not here for it.
there was not, I didn't feel any racial tension in the school.
No.
So when you have a bunch of
No.
adults going, we need to fix a non-existent problem.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people
Kinda
went
made it into
freely
a
from one
problem,
side to the
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
It was never like it wasn't weird to say. But the one thing I've realized now is that the way it was shaped, there was two rooms and there was a hallway in between. And on one side,
Like a horseshoe.
where it was like a horseshoe, I've just now realized what they've attempted to do to mix it up even further.
Oh.
They put the sandwiches that you could buy on the side with all the Mexicans.
Yeah.
And then they put the place to get burritos and tacos by the white kids.
Dude, social engineering.
Yeah. And then the hamburger sandwiches and fried chicken was in the middle because everyone likes that. But,
that's
it was very strange.
Of course,
I'm realizing
of
now, like, oh,
That's pretty
who does
funny.
any of
And
this?
Gladys was serving them on both sides.
Right. Enough about our lunchroom.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm-
So-
I hate lunch at school. Don't remind me.
Yeah, our school was pretty diverse. And I remember we talked about the weird segregation, but I remember a certain friend's mom, and she talked about Huntington High School was a great school to go to, except for the element.
Was that a thing?
Yes.
The element?
What was the element, you asked? Oh, black people.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, his mom was like, the element is like fucking our school up.
Yeah.
I think he was
Capital
one of
T,
those rich
capital
kids
E.
that was piped in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a Beamer in fucking...
Yeah. But he was all right. I remember that.
He was
kid.
okay. He was a good guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say if black people were Jewish, that house mom was very anti-Semitic.
Well,
So the same reason, this was the same reasoning for the Madoffs to move their kids to Far Rockaway High School in much safer Long
Hey.
Island.
Thank
Oh,
God.
Nice.
Get themselves away from the boroughs.
This
Nice
is-
area, Far Rockaway.
Yeah.
Far Rockaway.
Yeah.
So Bernie meets his high school sweetheart and one day wife, Ruth Alpern, like aspirin.
okay.
He graduates from Far Rockaway High School and then goes to the University of Alabama. Just a very weird choice for a Jewish kid
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Queens to go to.
It's cheap.
That's the reason why he
There
went.
you go.
I felt it.
It was a lot cheaper than the city school.
Oh.
Yeah, the blood in my the blood in my toes was boiling. Oh, I wish I could go get those Alabama prices for everything.
But he dropped out after a year, came home, and then went to Hofstra
Oh, nice.
on Long Island.
That's more the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And graduated with a political science degree.
What does that mean?
I don't really understand that
Good.
degree myself.
Yeah, poli-sci.
Poli-sci.
I don't know.
I mean, you just shortened it. I don't understand how that would help me understand it.
You get a nice job, though, probably, from right?
I don't know what jobs you get from poli-sci degrees. HR, maybe? I don't.
Human
Campaigning?
resources? That's a nice job. Talk
Yeah.
to people all day.
I mean, it's got to be political. Like, you're in the political sphere or the money sphere.
One or the other.
Stocks.
I don't know. I'm not smart. I never went to school. I don't even know I don't know what a dean is.
I know a
Curious.
dean. Dean's a great man.
I know a dean too. That
You know what the
it's
dean
weird
is,
when
Tom?
people-
You know what a dean is?
I went to principals. Okay, I
Oh,
visited
the
the principal's office.
Okay.
I went to visit the guidance counselor. Okay, what's a dean?
I flicked the dean.
Yeah, dean.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So in 1960, Bernie joins the Army Reserves to avoid the draft.
Nice.
Basically a weekend job on Governor's Island. But it's kind of weird because how does this little... He's not rich. They're kind of middle class. So how does this Jewish kid with a poli-sci degree in the reserves make his big break into Wall Street, eventually becoming the king of the market?
I don't
How's he
understand.
doing?
I really don't.
Yeah.
Tom, you got to let me know about those 7 Jew bankers at the center of the earth.
I control
I
everything.
can't say that. I can't have this conversation
You can't. Oh,
here.
publicly?
Wow.
No,
Later.
absolutely not.
Later. Okay, cool. No.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't really have an in with anyone in particular, but at the age of 22, Bernie formed the Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, BLM Investment Securities.
Right.
Oh, no.
But I guess his secret Jew banker was his now father-in-law, Saul, who gave him a $50K loan. Which is big money back in
Ooh.
the 60s.
Way big money.
Wow.
You actually gave me $50K. What the fuck is this $6,000 shit?
In comparison,
Jesus.
in back then money, we just gave. Well, when I say we, I mean mostly me. We just gave you $40.
Exactly. This is,
No comparison.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to be like kind of like, I don't know.
Make us money. I'm gonna take you off the record too. Okay? I'll show you how to do it. It's easy.
Mike is not Jewish for people playing at home.
So Bernie's strategy was to buy and sell stocks that were too lowly for the big firms. So basically, he was a penny stock trader.
Ooh, that's
Ah.
dangerous.
It's
I
very
like that.
risky.
Yeah, but if you do it in volume and you diversify, you can be a moron. And
You can be a moron even quicker. Yeah.
yeah, you can strike gold, especially back then when news traveled a lot quicker, slower.
Yeah,
before,
right.
And before annual report. I mean, excuse me, when it was annual reporting, pre-quarterly reporting.
Yeah, so actually, he had got this $50K, and then he invested it, and there was a market crash in 1962. He lost all of that money, then asked for another loan from Saul just to fake what he made, what he sold to his people.
Oh, the squidged
fine.
it
Wow.
on.
Yeah, so
So-
squidged
so
it right from the beginning.
So I could lose all
Let
this
that-
and kind of fake it.
Mike, yeah, be taking notes at the moment. You have a
Mental
lot
notes.
of
Let
know,
that
fun
be a
money.
lesson, Mike. Never invest when it's 1952.
Exactly. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So Bernie's big break was when he met a dude named Carl Shapiro. I'm assuming he's related to our friend Ben.
Really?
Yeah, he's coming on the show in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
We
Ben
booked him.
Shapiro?
Yeah. Ben
Really?
Shapiro's coming on the show. Yeah.
Got those toes ready?
He's like not that bad when you talk to him on the phone. Like he might seem like a cartoon character all the time and not understand anything.
He always brings up like feet though. He's very much into. He wants to see my feet all the time.
I heard about
He
the
asks me
feet
to
thing,
giggle.
yeah.
He's gonna be. We're having him on the show in 2 weeks from now. We're gonna do George Floyd. It's gonna be great.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You gotta cut that out. You're gonna get fucking canceled.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's a joke.
So Shapiro was a very successful garment maker, not Ben. I mean, Ben Shapiro probably wears dresses. But this guy made dresses.
Nice.
Wait, Bernie Madoff made dresses?
No, his major investor, Carl Shapiro.
Oh, well, that guy.
Yeah, so Carl Shapiro gave Bernie $100K to invest in his penny stocks.
A nice friend.
Bernie made some good choices, and bam, he had his first millionaire client. This
Damn.
guy Shapiro.
Ah.
Now, the two guys used to take adventures into upstate New York, into the
Ooh.
Hudson Valley and the Catskills. Now, have you guys been up there, like recently-ish, or
No, I've
you
never been up
explored the area?
No.
Not really explored. I mean, I've been up there, but I'm usually
Yeah,
just
passed
at an
by it,
Airbnb doing drug.
So when you drive around up there, you still today, you see these like resorts and like cottages and stuff like that, like 50s retro. That's just kind of like decaying.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that now, but I don't know if like maybe hipsters from Brooklyn have brought them out.
Oh,
and
gentrified it, yeah.
recently, but
This is going to be really cool fixer up. I know exactly what kind of chalk paint I want to use on these walls.
Yeah. Subway tile and shiplap?
so that area, the Catskills and the Hudson Valley, used to be called the Borscht Belt, also known as the Jewish Alps.
Really?
Yeah, so that's actually ringing a bell. There were a lot of Jewish summer camps up there.
Mm-hmm.
These were
What's that about?
Jewish folks like buying these properties and running these really lucrative camps for other Jewish kids where, because it was Jewish themed, they'd be able to get these rich Jews to send their little rich Jew kids up there.
Make
And
money.
they'd sell them a branded yarmulke and a sleeping bag with a picture of a Torah on it.
I'm imagining a yarmulke that has like the Boy Scout patches on it. Like boom, boom,
The
boom,
bunk
boom.
beds were in the gift shop.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen a Jewish Boy Scout? Do they exist?
Oh yeah, I had a couple. The scout camp I used to go to had a temple, but there's only like 3 kids that went there.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they legally had to have a temple.
Oh.
right. Or else it'd be anti-Semitic if they had to bring their own matzah. I get it. Look, it's fine. But yes, my dad told me about this. My Jewish dad, my fully Jewish dad, who likes my jokes.
So, as you mentioned, Tom, the Catskills was not only were they opening these camps, but a lot of older Jewish people would vacation there if they had a little extra money, or they'd retire there. There's a lot of like retirement homes. This was before they found out Florida existed. It was before it was discovered. Right. This is,
Wow. Okay.
So Carl used to bring Bernie up to the Catskills to a certain resort called Sunny Oaks. And he'd bring him up there, and he'd be like, yo, all of you retired Jewish guys, invest in this dude's firm. He's really good.
Oh, nice.
So
Sounds good. I'd do the same thing.
it's people that have pensions.
Word of mouth.
They just
Summer
got
camp money.
lying
Money
around.
just spend that shit, you know?
They're living in a tax-reduced area at the time,
Yeah.
just in a mountain. It's fine.
Well, you know, those mountains have the access points to that place that you're going to tell me later.
Well, it's close to one of the holes. I'll put it that way.
All right.
There's a certain goal.
And this is where Bernie's Ponzi scheme begins.
Ooh.
What's a
Now,
Ponzi
On
scheme
the
again?
pond.
Yeah, so now
Wait, what's a Ponzi scheme?
on our
Did you
fifth,
just ask that?
well, our 15th episode of the show, Cody did the originator of the Ponzi scheme,
any refresher.
Carlo Ponzi. And Cody, if you could kind of give a
Yeah,
general
but like,
outlay of
can we just take a second and like realize the guy with like $3,300 in front of him? we're like trusting him with like around $6K.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what a Ponzi scheme is.
I probably know. I just don't know what it entails.
I'm going to say, I know, look, you're on the other side of the family. You're not Jewish, but you're off to a great start. You are not admitting fault. You have no idea what you're doing.
What do you mean?
This is
Plausible deniability.
Mike,
I don't know.
This is
What does
good.
a Ponzi scheme mean?
if you're, Zwick, cut this out. Wink, wink. You can leave it in. Mike,
What?
if you are admitting here publicly that you don't know what a Ponzi scheme is, and then you happen to just pull a Ponzi scheme,
Oh, no one ever know.
exactly. No one figured out. And if they
Thanks.
put
That's
these
all.
together, you
That's
can-
all.
yes.
What it meant. Yeah.
but
it all
also, he could fall for a fucking Ponzi scheme if we don't tell him what's up right now.
What is that?
Right.
A pyramid scheme?
It's good for you to hear.
There you
and
go.
I
Okay.
understand.
He's got the basics of it.
So,
Pyramid
Cody,
scheme,
give
right?
us a little rundown of what you
All right.
found out in 2018.
Jesus, we've been doing this too long.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Essentially, a Ponzi scheme is a reshuffling, a zero-sum reshuffling of wealth to make it seem like a thriving business venture. But in reality, what you're doing is you're using your junior investors. And when I say investors, it's in air quotes. You're using the money from your junior investors to pay your senior investors. And then when your junior investors become senior investors, you're using the new wave of junior investors. So you're always taking money from the new guy to give it to the guy with seniority. But eventually, there isn't infinite people to feed into the scheme. So when there's no more new guys to pay the old guys, it collapses on itself, and it's a huge fucking mess. Like you're sticking the tab on the new guys, and then
Every
when there's
time.
no new guys, it goes tits up.
Yeah, because you need to expand.
You need to get money somewhere.
If you just think of it, it's growing exponential. So for every 5 senior investors, you're going to need 7 junior investors to cover your ass. So that's always growing.
And then those junior investors will need 9 even more junior investors, and
Get
then
money.
those 9 might need like 15, and then those 15 might need like 40, and those 40 might need 100.
and you're
But
and
there
you're
isn't
going to
infinite people, so you'll eventually crash out.
and you're going to incur operational costs. You have to take some out of it too. And then
Right.
if you want to get more people into it, you need to take out marketing. So you're just bleeding money from the beginning. It's not a good way
Yeah.
of doing things.
But it's fast money.
Right.
It can be done.
It's fast money.
Can
right?
be
Is
done.
it fast?
So these,
Carlo,
yeah,
b-
these
before
se-
Carlo, this was called robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Oh.
Biblical.
I was gonna say, so Mike, these senior investors they're talking about, they're getting like a return on investment. So all that money that's just sitting in lump, you can spend because you just got to pay the guy 10% or something.
Oh.
You know?
So now that we have that covered,
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna be
we
a millionaire
know
tomorrow.
that this guy is in a summer camp with a bunch of
Old Jewish
old
men.
Jewish men who are on a camp on a lake somehow, having their men serving fish for them
pretty
because
hot.
they're busy and it's Saturday.
So Bernie was like, this is it. Because so you've got these pensioners, right? They're not taking their money out anytime soon. They're just waiting to die. And then you get hit them with all these fees of the crew and all this shit.
Right.
So he's like,
Mm.
I'll take your pension and I'll invest it in your retirement funds and I'll invest it into the stock market in my firm. But what he's just really doing is just taking their money and putting it in a JP Morgan account.
Oh.
Awesome. And no one at JP Morgan,
Cool.
by the way, is saying anything.
Nah.
Very Catholic people.
like
so
money.
they're in cahoots.
Yeah.
They're in cahoots. The Vatican and the Jews, they're together.
Now,
What?
Bernie, sure, I mean, Bernie would send out receipts to them showing their investment and seeing that they're gaining money, but this was just numbers on
Yeah.
a piece of paper.
This is like
Oh,
before
good.
people realized they could be lied to on paper.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
I saw it on the paper.
It had to be true.
It was printed and everything.
And when if some retiree wanted to take out, say, their 10% interest that they've accrued over time, he just pull it out of the lump sum and pay him. But most of them were just keeping it in, letting it grow.
So he could back some of it, but just absolutely not all of it.
Yeah. Now, Bernie was actually doing investing. How well he was doing is kind of debatable. But these people that were investing in this closed investment deal that he was doing gained a steady percentage gain over the course of the years. So in the 1970s, Bernie realized that the way forward for Wall Street was going to be computers.
Smart man.
He's not
Yeah.
wrong.
In the 70s, he realized that?
In the 70s, he realized
But
that.
Bill Gates was just in his garage.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs was in his garage.
This is
He
when
was seeing
NASA
above
made
other people.
computers.
Oh shit.
Oh, NASA's computers. Space time. All right, well, he's
Oh.
very ahead of his time. Let's give it to the
Punch
man.
card.
They had computers up back then, right?
They were like
Yeah.
the size of Buicks, and they could maybe do like a quick calculation. Like, what's
Oh.
2 plus 2?
4.
You're much
14?
better than
Oh.
one of those, you know?
Yeah, that won't go like 4.
Feed me 10 feet of tape, and I can tell you.
Burn 7 gallons of diesel, and I will
Yeah.
compute.
So not smart, not good. No CSGO here.
Ah, damn. So fuck the 70s then. Damn.
70s is a terrible time.
So Madoff dropped a whole bunch of money and invested in these computers that could beat the market.
Ooh, let me guess one.
Oh.
IBM.
It's probably an IBM.
Yeah.
I think
Early IBM.
they
He's
were
not
around.
investing. He's not getting shares of computer companies, Mike.
Oh,
Oh, he is.
He's
oh, he is?
Well, no, he's investing in the computers. He's probably also investing in the company too. but-
okay.
Yeah, no, he probably is. I mean, there's
But
probably
more
some
importantly,
truth
he's
there.
getting computers to do his trading work.
Ooh.
No. That's way too early for that shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's what he was doing. Like he's running the numbers with the computers and getting it to
Bleeding edge fucker.
yeah, like Ether, what is it? Intranet or whatever? Intranet?
I don't know.
Intranet, yeah.
Intranet, whatever the hell that is.
All right, fair enough. I was confused. I thought you meant just like him taking his Ponzi money and throwing it into IBM and shit.
Oh no, this isn't like Robin Hood.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
So he needed to be able to make real-time trades on Wall Street without being on on the floor of Wall Street. That's what these computers were for.
Because his feet hurt.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stand around with
Yeah,
all
but they
those
sucks
assholes
doing
wearing
that, yeah.
suspenders and shit. Buy me $1 million.
I've always like wanted to be there, but you know what? Technology has ruined any joy of gruffness. Everything's been sanded down. I'll never be able to hit that floor.
No. So the system he helped create was the National Association of Security Dealer Automated Quotations, or NASDAQ.
He helped create that.
Wow.
Yeah. If you don't know anything about Wall Street, you probably heard of NASDAQ.
Yeah. There's like it's very polarized too. On one end of the spectrum, it's NASCAR, and the other end of the
That's what I was
spectrum,
thinking.
it's NASDAQ, and it's very extreme in both cases. There's
Yeah,
probably a
yeah.
happy medium. You know,
It'd be a cool hat that says NASDAQ, but in like the NASCAR logo.
that would be pretty cool.
See,
Yeah.
this is why we
get
give
that.
you the money, dude.
Get those printed up.
Yeah.
You
Get
got
them done.
$3,300.
Cut that out, Zwick. Don't leak that idea.
So I think we
Sheesh.
made a good bet, Cody. I think we got a real winner here.
We're gonna.
He's just gonna
We're gonna be
print. He's
millionaires.
just gonna print 7,000 lighters with his face on them and sell them.
So
Let's get a really bad tattoo for $7,000 or $6,000.
NASDAQ was a big deal. It opened up the market, so licensed brokers could anywhere could basically play the ponies.
Oh,
OTB,
Yeah.
gentleman.
I'm a big pony.
This made Bernie and his firm hella famous, and also added legitimacy. He was basically running a legitimate business and then a Ponzi scheme at the same time.
Takes all kinds.
It's
Yeah.
good and bad.
Yeah, great way to hide the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, you
Sometimes-
cut even
He's
out.
learning. He's
Yeah.
learning.
Sometimes, like a legitimate business has some shady shit in it.
Yeah.
For
Got
example,
it.
the bagel store around the corner from me, perfectly legal bagel store, but also the owner shot his wife in it. So maybe it's just like
Yeah, that was
Did she die?
happens in the world.
Great business.
She died.
She died. She was shot in the face.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
is he in jail?
he is in jail.
Oh, I was about to say he's off. He's
I
making
remember the
bagels
di-
still, but holy fuck, dude.
that
that's
was my
crazy.
9/11 because I will never
Jewish.
forget that.
That is crazy.
Hell-
Yeah, Tom,
helicopters.
Jesus Christ. Go to the Jewish Alps already.
No more bacon, egg, and cheese.
It was
Jeez.
rough. There was no.
No, you
bacon.
just go to the different place that didn't, kill its owner for the bacon, egg, and cheeses, Mike.
Now I go to a Filipino place where they give me attitude.
Also, Bernie Madoff basically pioneered after-hours trading, which I personally fucking hate.
I don't understand what that is, really.
Well, it's basically if you have an investor or whatever in Europe, or like some shit goes down after the market's done, you can send it to these firms and they will like trade it, like fake trade it. And then when the market opens, it'll sell. So like the numbers fluctuate overnight. I don't think
And
the
then
trades are actually
regulate,
going
normalize in the
down.
morning.
I'm not too sure, but
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
it
get-
because
weird.
I see fucking my investments go up $1 billion after the market's closed.
And they take it away from you before open, right?
Yeah,
You're just not there yet, Travis. You'll have it one day. I'll bring you down there one day. We'll go talk to the guys. All right.
All 7 of them.
yeah. Also, the boys.
Yep. We're gonna have a chat.
I'll bring some really good locks. I know I'll catch it myself out in Oregon.
I'll see if it's
With
oh,
your teeth.
That's not.
So he's got this legitimate business. He's gaining like actual fame from it, and like kind of he's actually a legitimate pioneer. And like the way you trade on Wall Street is from this dude. Like without Bernie
Really?
Madoff, like you wouldn't have Robin Hood. You wouldn't be able to invest in game stonks.
Oh, I like this guy, kind of.
Yeah, he's basically making us money.
He's making us money. That's pretty dope.
Don't
He's not-
say that out loud.
So on the other side of the thing, he's got the Ponzi scheme. So, and as Cody, as you mentioned, the Ponzi scheme is a beast that needs to be continually fed in order for it to work.
Yes.
So he would he'd call these new accounts. He wouldn't call them clients to the people, the very tiny crew that knew about what was going on. He'd call them feeders.
Oh.
Damn.
All right.
So over the next 20 years, Bernie kept adding more and more clients to this closed fund, the Ponzi scheme, and he would promise them that they would always get a 10 to 20% annual return, and they always did, regardless,
That's obscene.
regardless of what the market did. I mean, like, there's that whole like gas shortage in the 70s and all this shit.
Yeah.
They always got 10-20%.
That's
Damn.
too much to be real.
Yeah. Is it?
Well,
I guess he did it.
a guarantee, yes.
But the honeypot wasn't there. That's how you pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is basically what's happening all the time now. Because money isn't nothing now. It's
just for
you pull it out
reference,
of thin
what's
air
a
now. It's
savings
crazy.
account interest nowadays?
It is
0.002 or some shit.
it is below
Yeah.
inflation. Hello, serious talk right now. If you have money in a savings account,
Get it
don't
out.
fucking bother.
Yeah.
You're being charged to hold your money and do the responsible thing. Buy Dogecoin. It's more responsible. Don't buy Dogecoin.
Best
That
thing
was
I
a
ever
joke.
did.
That part was a
what are you
joke.
Best
trying to
thing I
make
ever
us lose
did.
money, Tom?
No.
Best thing I ever did in my life.
All right.
Stop
Take
talking
from
about it.
Mike. He's the advisor. But
Hey,
think about it.
I'm fucking almost. I'm about to retire off this shit.
Do 30 minutes of research, every listener. If you have a savings account, please do yourself a favor.
And if you lose all of
You're
it,
losing-
it's,
yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, even if you open it up in a CD or some shit, just like put it there. It's better than a fucking savings account.
A Roth
You're
IRA,
losing
something
money,
like
not
that.
gambling.
Exactly.
Any Vanguard, any ETF, do
Yeah.
it.
Vanguard is good. That's probably the one. That's probably the one tip in this entire episode so far.
Hell is
Cody,
Vanguard.
you shut your mouth. This is only tips. We are feeding tips.
Are you guys
Just-
making me rich or
Just
what?
Just the tip.
I thought you guys were supposed to make me rich. Wait, I'm supposed
No,
to make
you're
you guys
supposed to
rich.
make us
Right.
rich.
All right.
So just keep listening.
Sorry, I'm a little on CBD's getting to me.
So
Great.
the annual growth always kept coming, and this is at least on paper. They'd get these like phony statements, and the statements were very, Mike, I'm going to relate to you, sus. You gotta look out for sus, right?
Ah, so
Payments
that
were very-
it's not adding up.
Sus.
I
Things
believe you
aren't
just
looking
gained
right.
us 40 new listeners.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
You're relating
Damn.
to the kids, Travis. Like
Yes.
A dab. Wait, we lost them.
I was a little, yeah.
And they're gone. And they're gone.
Oh, it's me on the inside dying.
Yeah.
You realize
So-
how old we are.
The statements.
I'm getting old
They had
too. Fuck.
they had no like logo on them, like no contact info. Sometimes
Oh.
he would just scribble them down on like a loose piece of paper and like put it in the mail.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
see like mine on the back of like a Chinese takeout menu.
Now, Bernie claimed the reason why he was able to get this steady return was thanks to special trading secret. He exclusively traded in options.
Oh.
Now, I've been investing for a while now, and I have no fucking clue how options work, and they're
I don't
scary.
get it, really.
And every time I've talked to an option trader, they always tell me about how much money they've lost. So I'm not going to invest in options.
I know all about options. Shall we talk
Good.
about it after the episode?
No, don't talk to Mike about options.
I like to hear about your options, Tom.
Okay.
See, you can ask that question.
Your,
Yeah.
your phrasing is fantastic. We are
Yeah.
going to talk options after the show because I don't have. Let's see. It's 9:47. I have to wake up early to talk to a guy in Dubai. Continue,
Oh, no.
Travis.
So he would use options to make these sales, and the non-existent method he termed the split strike conversion algorithm.
That
Oh.
sounds sharp as fuck.
Yes,
Split
Another
strike.
big word right there.
That's like,
No,
and this is in the 70s,
really.
late 70s.
this is like in the 80s, late 70s, 80s,
Dude, that-
90s.
Split strike. Wow. That will take you from the year 79 to 99. No problem.
Yeah, all you need to do is go to the bowling alley, and then you get a bowl of split. And then strike.
I just realized that.
Oh, it's a
You
bowling
get that
technique.
cheetah coming in. He's like fucking eating a Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
It's like strike.
Oh, I love those graphics.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Best.
You're taking that money, you're going to get that tattooed all over your body. Couple dancing bowling pins.
Oh, I was gonna get a Toyota Camry on my back.
That would be pretty cool, too.
Full size. To scale.
Now,
Oh, I
You
can take
have
a
a
break. I gotta
large
get my
back.
chapstick out. Sorry. It's gonna make a loud
It's
noise.
the
You just
Weirdest
pulled
break
gushers out of your fanny pack?
I got dry lips right now in this
Sweat,
CBD.
leave this in. This is what we've been doing.
Yes, I have a fanny pack, Cody. It's my man purse.
that's where he's gonna put
Cody,
the
you're
three-
absolutely right. That's a fanny pack.
That's where he's
It's
gonna
a
put the
man purse. I like to call it Merce.
$300 in his fanny pack.
He's going to
Yeah,
get robbed.
I
He's
don't know
gonna
why.
There's going to be a random Italian
Hey,
as he's leaving my house on a bicycle with a
Hey.
knife, cuts the strap.
I
You
got
forgot
you.
your money. Right away. Great. Come back next week. Guys, I lost the money.
And then that'll be the greatest beginning to my ultimate comeback of when I make double the money No
With
time.
what
It's just-
Like a
capital?
movie script.
Is this the Rocky
I
series?
can't even get this thing open.
This is
Holy
like Silver
fuck.
Lining Notebook or whatever that is. I didn't
This
see
is like
that.
radio.
So like, make sure to leave all this in. This is terrible.
So,
It's all
this-
greasy, this thing.
Are you
I'm
good?
sorry, I can't get it open.
Oh, jeez.
it's,
Child,
all,
I have
it's
a
all
knife.
greasy. It's all greasy.
Really nice.
I'm sorry.
Here's
Yeah.
Tom attempting
licking
to
my lips
open a
like crazy over
child-proof
here.
lock.
There we go.
I'm
It-
using a Damascus
got-
knife
it
to
got
open,
greasy.
open a 50-cent chapstick
It wasn't even open. It's greasy already.
for my non-Jewish cousin. Who I
Yeah,
have
you're
to teach
Irish. You're
so
supposed
much.
to be good with knives, like stabbing people in the street and shit.
Ah, I'm peaceful.
That's not what the IRA says.
I use my hands. My hands are my guns.
All right, continue the show, please.
All right, you gotta grease your lips so we can continue talking.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
beautiful.
My
dude.
client in Dubai will not be waiting, so please hurry up.
Sorry. We gotta talk options, Tom.
So the split strike conversion. This was all just fancy words, and he said that his method of selling and buying these options was proprietary, and he would never disclose what he was doing to his investors, like who he was trading with.
So it's essentially magic.
Magic.
I like this.
Yeah. He
God
would also
fucking damn it.
dangle exclusivity of the fund, saying that it was closed to the public. And, if you had the right cash or if Bernie liked you, he could let you in, I'll let you in. You got $2 million?
Oh,
It's
Let
kind of
me
like
in.
Scientology.
Yeah. You're like my brother-in-law. I'll let you in. Yeah. I want you
You
to
gotta
make
pay
money.
to get in.
I like the way you part your hair. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in.
You're about to marry my wife.
Come
I'll
on
let
in.
you in.
So his main targets of this Ponzi scheme, I mean, we started in the Jewish Alps. It was the Jewish community, his own community of people, including Holocaust survivor and author Eli Wiesel.
Really?
Yes.
What? Author of the book Night, which
Yep.
they made me read 6 or 7 times in public school.
Really? I never read
Also,
that
another
one.
famous one, Steven Spielberg's.
Really?
Well,
Spielberg
well.
boy.
What about John Landis?
Probably.
Good.
I mean, he wrote, American Werewolf?
Yeah, he did American Werewolf in Paris, and he had those 2 children executed on film.
Really?
What?
Yeah, they were filming the Twilight Zone movie, and he did some really shady things with non-union stuff, and 2 children and a famous actor were killed by helicopter blades because a
Ooh.
helicopter was taken down too close. Very interesting.
Oh, is it that movie came out though? Still?
I think I don't even know if it actually came out, but I have seen the footage.
Well, I'm just,
It came out, yes.
I'm just going to say, well, yes. Well, John Landis invested.
How do you sleep at night?
Along
That's pretty
with
fucked.
John Landis smoked some weed, dude. I got a beard. It's 1972.
Ambien,
about
Mike.
it.
Ambien.
So, along
Ambien,
with these few people, tons of synagogues, Zionist organizations, and Jewish charities. I'm sure Cars for Kids, he stole money from them, and I'm glad he did. Fuck that company.
I don't think they
Fuck
were
that
around
charity,
long enough,
yeah.
unfortunately.
No, they were around in the 90s.
Were they?
Yeah.
Did they have that sweet tune?
1-800 Cars
That
for
sweet
Kids.
reggae bop?
Reggaeton. I love that one. When it comes
So-
on the radio.
So while Bernie was Jewish, he was not a practicing Jew. I mean, this guy had no morals anyway. But he could play the part. He even paid a ghostwriter to write a kosher cookbook written by his wife, Ruth. Meanwhile, Bernie's favorite meal at home was pork sausages.
Those are
Gotta
good.
cook those.
Yeah,
right?
makes sense. Hey, I had I had a great aunt, Ruth. God rest her soul. The woman would suck down the skin of pudding like it was her
Ew.
job. You remember how pudding used to be? You have to make it hot, and
That
then
makes that film.
Oh yeah, on
makes it film.
top.
Oh, she would jump all over that. That
The
was
skin
she.
of pudding.
Oh, she's just like, let me get that top. Let me get that top. She'd be scooping it. We'd be at Yom Kippur, and she's like, oh, let me just get the bit.
Skimming
You know,
it?
we put it in cups for you, but let me just get the tops. It's
First
still in the
dibs.
fridge. She's a wonderful woman. Really was.
That skin though.
Got
Oh.
that skin. Some ladies like
I gotta
leather
try that.
bags.
That kinda sounds
Other
good.
people like leather chocolate. Who am I to judge?
Ruth liked
Ew.
the
Ah.
film on pudding.
Yes, film on pudding.
Now, Bernie was always seen as this quiet sage, right? He knew how the market worked, and he'd go to these events, and he wouldn't really talk too much. He'd just hang out. He'd be like, I'm the fucking cool guy.
Shy
whatever.
boy.
Smart.
What he did do was recruit these brokers to promote his firm in various places around the country, like Palm Springs and L.A.
Oh, good.
Now, these goons got commission off of whatever they were selling. Whether or not they knew it was a Ponzi scheme, I don't think they actually did. I think that he just told them, "This is my firm."
It's better if they don't.
Yeah.
Just get them out there. Like get them indoctrinated. Get the money.
Yeah.
Right. And as I mentioned, other feeders into this fund were his own family. He sapped his wife, children, father-in-law, family, friends, essentially anyone he could, just cleaning out their bank accounts and
Jeez.
investing.
Fucking swine.
Well,
His own family? That's pretty fucking low.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it. The family may have known about it. And the idea is to put the money in the honeypot. And even if it disappears, you're getting that return, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the wife, Ruth, let's assume she's not into pudding. She could be like, well, I could always divorce the guy.
It's true. I mean, they did a pretty good job. I watched some footage of the family. I mean, they absolutely could have been in on it. But I think the way this guy operated, he was very good at keeping things contained, Yeah. So maybe, I think the wife was probably in on it, to be honest.
How do you not?
Yeah.
It's not, well,
The
we
wife
don't-
always knows.
we honestly don't know how Bernie slept at night. We don't know the details. We don't know their sex life.
It's true.
I'm not really
Separate
curious
beds, you
about
think?
that, to be honest.
I would
Separate
not.
beds?
What do you mean?
Separate beds?
Very old school. Could be.
Sheets.
Could be. I did grow up with a kid whose parents had separate beds, and he turned out to almost kill people.
Wow.
So in 1987, Bernie moved.
Bernie Sanders
Bernie Sanders
chopped off the heads of 100 union workers.
Bernie moved his firm to the Lipstick Building in
Oh.
downtown New York.
That's hot.
Right. Named after, obviously, dog's penis.
Yeah, it actually looked like a silver vibrator.
Very nice.
Got it.
Nice.
The company was divided by floor. So Bernie and the execs were on the 19th floor. The legitimate market sellers were on the 18th floor. And then there was the 17th floor. That was the split strike closed managed fund that we were talking about, the Ponzi scheme. No one in the office had access to the 17th floor. Some of Bernie's employees were suspicious. They're like, why can't I go down there? I want to fuck this lady that is the secretary in the 17th
Right.
floor.
Wait, no one's allowed there, but there's a secretary there?
Yeah.
No, from like the 17th, from the 18th floor. Like, why can't I go down to 17th floor and fuck it?
Right.
But, I mean,
Travis is reading off my Surface Pro, which is giving him difficulty.
yes, it's hard to
Wanna
see
hold
my
it?
eyeballs. But Bernie was paying so well, and the perks of working for the company were so great that he was like, like everyone was like, I don't care.
Who cares? Yeah. If you're giving me $100K a year, I don't care what floor of the building I'm working in.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd be the same way.
For the most part, Bernie came to life in the office. I mean, sure, he was a complete scumbag, slapping secretaries' asses, and standard par for a Wall Street 80s and 90s shit.
This is just different times, man.
Yeah.
It's just different times.
There's actually one time where a junior member asked Bernie for a glass of water, and Bernie poured a glass of water for everyone in the board meeting and then fired the guy.
Really?
It's like, you
Yo!
don't fucking ask me for water. You get me water.
That's like the ultimate hater move, which I kind of respect. He could have just fired the guy, but he gave everyone else what that guy wanted and then fired him.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Cody. Like, there is a certain amount of respect. It also shows you what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Very rude.
Was this guy who he fired, was it famous director John Landis? Was this his move to Hollywood?
This was right after he finished American Werewolf in Paris.
Okay, so
Ah.
he went to work for him, they got fired again
Yeah.
because he asked for water. Amazing.
Yeah. Frank was the odd duck amongst the Harvard business grads and MIT tech department employees. This guy just came from some South Shore high school, just much like you.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah.
Like many famous investors do.
Except you made it through community college. This guy
I
didn't.
would say
Did you?
I would say I made it through.
We may have ran into our
He
first.
went to community college. He didn't go through.
Right, I was just
I
saying.
realized
Travis,
you make money at
Travis
Robin Hood.
may have just uttered our first non-truth ever on the show.
Well, you have more education than Frank
First
did
ever.
here. So Frank was allowed to go to the office in a t-shirt and jeans. I'm assuming it was an Ed Hardy shirt. This was the 90s.
Yeah.
And everyone else had to dress in a suit and tie, a dress code, right? Wall Street boys.
Yeah.
Right. Was he a gay lover?
Oh, probably.
Was he Bernie Madoff's pork sausage?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
So he had to. This is actually funny. He had to hire a member of the IT department. This guy Frank. So he went back to his high school and asked the guidance counselor, "I need someone good with computers." And he just like picked out a random kid. And when he asked why he went to his high school and like why did he like just choose this kid, he was like, "Oh, I just wanted to make sure he didn't have fucking purple hair or some shit. Some fucking weirdo."
Awesome. His name's Donovan. He might be a little overweight, but he's good at listening to directions.
Look at him.
So
Eating the USB like pasta.
So Frank,
That's a good
as you
boy.
may have
Eating
guessed, managed the Ponzi scheme on the 17th floor.
I didn't guess that,
Frankie
actually.
boy.
Or as
Wow.
Bernie called it, the investment advisory operation.
I like that.
Yeah.
Taking
You like a
notes
lot
right
of
now.
things this criminal did, Mike.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
It's
rich here.
freaking me out a little bit.
I'm glad you're taking as many notes as you are.
Yeah, mental notes.
I was
Geniuses don't need notepads. Just snap.
just snap right in, man.
So
That 5G making me snapshot.
He's like a Lego.
some accounts from the IT department having to go down to the 17th floor described it as a sweatshop, the complete opposite to the,
Really?
like squeaky clean 18th and 19th floor.
Everyone's
Why are
sweating
people
down there,
sweating?
making money.
Well, I mean, Bernie wasn't going to hire people that had any background. These were people just like crunching phony numbers provided by Frank and Bernie and answering phone calls to angry investors that they would just hang up on.
That's amazing.
Would he have people pitching also to future investors?
No, that was done on from Bernie himself. This was a closed fund.
Oh, so everything went through him.
Yes.
But didn't you say that he had some guys going out there to pitch the scheme?
So those guys, they didn't know it was a Ponzi scheme, but yeah, I mean, he'd have people. The one thing about his firm was that whenever you called, Bernie would always answer.
Really?
Like if you weren't like calling about your investments.
So
you
you're
know?
saying that the people who slept in hammocks, they weren't really allowed to pitch for any potential clientele,
No.
but they were there just making sure that the clientele, when they called up and they go, "Hey, I didn't take out money because I went to a hospital." And they go, "All right, hang up." That's what he got.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a sick job.
And also
That's
those
service.
those sweatshop workers didn't even know it was a Ponzi scheme either. Because Bernie and Frank would just look at the numbers from like yesterday's Wall Street Journal and then just feed them
Bullshit.
numbers.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
like a whole floor of people just on top of each other, eating wet noodles, going, "We'll get right back to you. Get right back to you."
Put you on hold.
Yeah, right.
Now,
Please stay on hold.
now these
Years.
we were saying like it was very high tech upstairs, very low tech, dark and dingy. These computers on the 17th floor were the same 70s dot matrix computers and this was like the 90s, and they used the old perforated printers and shit. You know?
Not smart.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get caught.
Yeah.
Mm.
One of the IT department went down there and suggested to Bernie, maybe you should do an upgrade. You got the money, right?
So let me guess. Bernie poured everyone in the company a glass of water and then fired them.
Yeah, and he fired him and said he was incompetent at his job.
Really? He fired him?
Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea. Could make you more money. You're fired.
Like, I got the diesel truck fucking computer. I don't need you, man. Get the
Yeah,
fuck outta here.
exactly. These people hate air here. How dare you oppress them, you
Yeah,
son
right,
of a
piece
bitch.
of shit. Yeah, that's smart.
In
I
the
like
19 so when Bernie, he always confessed, because he gets caught, spoilers, he always confessed that the Ponzi scheme started in the 90s, but there's evidence that points all the way back to the 60s, which is the stuff I'm using for this. But the 90s was when this Ponzi scheme blew up. So there was a bunch
Blew
of
up good or blew up bad
blew up good for Bernie.
for Bernie?
Yeah. So there was a bunch of useless scumbags in Fairfield, Connecticut, the Knoll family. These are the type of people you'd see in like Ralph Lauren ads, like just completely useless American royalty, can't tie their
Salmon
shoes.
pants.
Yeah.
We're all jealous. That's why we speak
Yeah.
poorly of them.
Oh yeah. Anyway, they set up a bunch of different funds. The main one was called Fairfield Century Fund. That essentially, instead of managing their own fund, they just invested their investors into Bernie's Ponzi scheme. unknowingly. Like,
Oh.
you know, like they didn't know it was a Ponzi scheme. There's like, Bernie always gets all the money.
So he wheeled them in like a web.
Yeah.
That's a supply chain. That's just like, what's the product we're trying to do, bro? Money. Where do we go for money? Where's that? Your dad get his money. He gets it from Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, and also it's like, oh, you open up your own like firm and you don't do anything. You're just like 100% in Bernie's Madoffs.
Do you know how?
Damn.
That's how the internet works now. Now all the garbage you buy online that says like, I need another glass of wine, and all these advertisements that get served to
Oh,
you for
man.
dumb
Yeah.
shit you'll never need. That's a white person,
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love signs.
right?
I need
That
all
makes
those.
a
It's a
That makes-
gold mine.
right. They make a WordPress joint. They find a factory that makes the stuff to order, and it's direct shipping,
Yeah.
drop shipping, the whole thing. This is
Drop shipping.
almost the same thing, except for some reason, having a coaster with Christopher Walken's face on it is more valuable
Yeah.
than the thing going on here.
Yeah.
So we're still living this very much today.
At least you get something tangible out
I
of it.
kind of
Right.
want that.
Did you make a bad choice? Yes.
Yeah.
But you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, at least you had the physical thing.
Right. Very fun.
So the Knoll family, as I mentioned, were very well connected and brought investments from everywhere. Things like European royalty, actual banks like HSBC,
Wow.
Whoa.
AIG, and the Medici Bank. Also, the Knoll family had a nice little offshore company in the Bahamas, so their friends and fellow investors could avoid U.S. tax.
Pretty
Smart.
baller.
Very smart.
These actual investments were enough to have Bernie open up a London location as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Where do you
Good
open
eye.
it? In Big Ben?
London.
No one's allowed in the clock.
Can't
He owns
go
the
in there.
clock?
He owns. Well, I just made that up.
Oh, that'd be
you
cool
know,
if he did.
But think about that.
I
Where-
think he probably owns the clock.
if you had to buy a building in London to put
Buy
a
the
bunch of
clock.
sweatshop workers
Buying the clock.
by the clock.
Always know what time it is.
Put them in the
Yeah.
clock. They know what time it is. There's a lot of headroom. You can stack each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, all right.
So
Oh.
as the years increased, Bernie's imaginary fund was worth $50 billion on paper.
On paper?
Well, I mean, he was like, what's this phrase, Cody? Was paying Peter and getting his prick sucked.
It's, robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
So he's taking other people's
The
money. and paying
profits were
himself.
actually
other people's money.
principal from other people.
Think of it
Other
like this: on
unsuspecting
an
schmucks.
extremely small scale, like for the venture you're about to go into. Imagine.
No, I get it. It's
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No,
You
no,
really
but
don't.
here-
I'm taking Travis's money and covering myself with it.
No, but here how this works.
Oh
so
my God.
now it's like, all right, you have all this money from Travis, Cody, and myself.
Yeah.
Probably, I put the most in. But you take that money and you keep telling us that the principal money that we gave you is sitting in an account somewhere.
Yeah.
Totally safe. And you're paying us from that same pool. So you're lying to us. You're emptying the pool that you keep saying is there. But you keep dishing us money, so we think this guy is fucking killing it. Look at these returns. Look at all the money I've made from Mike because I put the most money in. This
right. But
is
you've turned around to Giovanni Pizzoni down on the South Shore, and he gave you 30 grand.
right.
And
So
you're
what?
just paying us our 10% from his Giovanni sausage money.
Right, and when the piper comes, the pot's empty.
Yeah.
There was never the principal there. You spent it all.
Yeah, if we said we want all of our money back now, you'd be like, well,
I spent it.
Giovanni Pizzoni. Now, you might think, how on earth did this guy have 50 billion Jeffrey bucks and he did not get audited or investigated by the Securities and Exchange Commission or the
SEC, one of my favorites. Love those.
Love
pricks.
those guys.
We're up for a little guy.
Well, remember, this is the guy who pretty much started NASDAQ. Bernie was a Wall Street all-star. He was actually sitting on some of the oversight boards that could have caught him.
You can't lose the game if you invented it.
Yeah. And as for audits, somehow he was allowed to have an independent auditor who cooked his books.
What?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, how much money do you need to bring in to make that happen?
Right?
Can I do that on a smaller scale and just never get caught?
I would love to have
No,
an
because we have the
independent
SEC now.
Guys, over on Bloomberg having that kind of guy.
auditor. Oh, he absolutely has them.
Yeah, Bloomberg's a criminal.
1-to-1.
Yeah. He owns the Bloomberg report. Come on.
God, I would love anything just to watch that guy make burritos at Taco Bell. Fuck that guy.
And then when
Well,
he gave me my burrito, I'd be like, I asked for no onions, you idiot.
You stupid dwarf. Get back there.
Whenever anyone asked, how are you getting these constant gains? He would say, it's proprietary. And that was the end of it.
What does that mean?
Wow.
It means that it's like
Shut
a
up.
trade
It's a secret.
Oh, secret. Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know, when like they say like how many flavors are in fucking Dr. Pepper, and then they're like these proprietary flavors.
Right, exactly. Like a Newport is the most proprietary cigarette. Like, how do you fit that much insulation into one delicious stick? God, I miss those.
Not sponsored.
Now, there was one skeptic, a mathematician named Harry Markopoulos.
That's a cool
a Greek
name.
guy.
A Greek guy, Marco
Here we go.
Polopoulos.
Marco Polo.
That guy.
Markopoulos.
Hey,
So
got a class.
he was working with a small firm in Massachusetts, and he started to begin to run the numbers on Bernie's split strike algorithm in 1999. And after running countless scenarios and like different methods of running options and stuff, he was like, there's no way this guy is trading options and getting those returns consistently. Like the market fluctuates and Bernie's fund never fluctuated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to expect some hits, like with options.
So Harry decided to go to the SEC and he was like, ugh.
Did you write something bad? Did you write a curse word?
Did you write more
I
slurs?
think I wrote some F words in here.
Forget.
Oh yeah. So Harry was also an army veteran, and he believed that this was a duty to save American free market to report him.
He's not wrong.
On top of that, the
SEC.
SEC had a hefty bounty for anyone reporting info on corruption on Wall Street.
Oh, whistleblower.
Yeah, you got that whistleblower fund. All right, so this guy Harry, he laid everything out for the feds, and it completely went over their head. Apparently, the SEC is not run by accountants or brokers or mathematicians or anything like that. It's run by people who give good hand jobs, which are hack lawyers and rich kids.
This is the ultimate argument against government institutions because this is all it is.
I mean, anyone with
the FDA is that. The people who are
hand
making
jobs?
sure you're not eating old apples are people who don't know what an apple looks like. This is what the government is. Unfortunately, in a better world, I love socialist ideas. I really do. But you can't just lay them on thick because these people are fucking smooth.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was a math boy. He's like, all you have to do is look at the numbers. This guy's a fucking phony. And they're like, what?
He's like, we don't know YouTube.
What?
There wasn't an ad in front of us. I don't know if I can trust it. You ain't PewDiePie. You ain't did it. Fuck.
What
Continue,
is
sorry.
a 7? What? The number? Yeah.
Do you understand anything?
Too
about
many
what this
syllables.
guy is saying?
So Harry tried a few more times to expose Bernie's fraud, but every time these rich morons were like, no, we're not getting played. This guy's legit. He had NASDAQ.
I would honestly be the same way. He's legit. He's got NASDAQ.
It is a good
You
argument.
are not
Yeah.
inspiring confidence, Mike.
He's got NASDAQ.
It's NASDAQ. Come
Yeah,
on.
this was
NASCAR.
like, it's the OJ argument, Like maybe he killed the woman,
Does the
maybe he
glove
didn't,
fit?
but you know what? He did run a lot of fucking yards. He did. He got a lot of fucking
Good
yards
rush.
under
Heisman
his
Trophy winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the measurement.
The Hyman Breaker winner, too.
You're right.
He was very popular.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is all while Bernie was vacationing around the world, buying houses in every fucking country. Although, remember when I talked about how there was like the Jewish flight out of the boroughs into kind of like Long Island?
Yes.
Bernie had bought
An
him.
Exodus?
Yeah, Bernie had bought himself a house in Roslyn years ago,
What?
which became his home base, and that's kind of where he operated
the
out
Roslyn
of.
Banks?
And his favorite local spot to vacation was Montauk.
Oh, me too. I like
You know that,
Montauk.
dude, like-
Beautiful out there.
You drive through Roswell. If you're not from Roslyn, excuse me.
Roslyn.
If you're not, I was saying Roswell because I got aliens on the brain.
Aliens.
I've been watching a lot of alien stuff. But look, you drive through Roslyn. It's not far from where we're at right now.
Like 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes away. You start driving through and you're like, wow, these buildings are really pretty. They have the Nassau Museum of Art there. They got a Landover dealerships. It's
Famous
really
mani
beautiful.
pads
Yeah,
there.
sick mani pads.
Famous.
Because
Famous.
they care about their concrete. But
Exactly.
there's like this stink in the air, and I'm pretty sure it came from Bernie's house.
Yeah.
You know, like just lying,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
dirty lying.
Dirty money.
Liars.
Now I know there's a lot of Jewish people in the area, and I of course it's not them, it's him. There's always a bad apple.
I mean, I think the smell of latkes are gorgeous.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Jewish cooking is way underrated.
Jewish cooking's kind of hit or miss, to be honest. There's
Hey!
that jellyfish stuff. I don't know.
Gefilte fish.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, you need a good bathtub. You gotta get. That's why they get a lot of fresh bathtubs every year. You gotta take. You gotta take the old. You gotta take the. Oh, fuck! It's not the. Fuck! I forget the fish. But either way, gelatin fish.
Gefilte.
It's really good.
Ah.
But you need horseradish.
Oh, yeah.
And this is like I'm not. This is not news. This is you. You might be news to you. Might be news to you. Cody, definitely news to you.
I'm going to take,
News.
take me downstairs, Tom. Maybe I'll learn.
I'll bring you back later. Okay.
All right, cool.
I do have some gefilte fish upstairs.
Okay.
Do you want some?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been drinking.
Gefilte?
And then the 2008 financial crisis. All the shitty boomers were selling subprime mortgages and basically spending fake money to bend over their children and fuck us in the ass. Incest, pedophilia, two of America's favorite pastimes. They're doing that with our wallets.
Yeah, they're still doing it today.
I was playing Call of Duty that in 2008 a lot.
While
As
they
I was
were,
a child.
yeah, they were basically buying CS:GO knives that were worth less,
Fuck.
and they're on their yachts.
It's complicated stuff. Look,
I remember it being a bad time. It was
there's some rules
Yeah.
that should have been put in place, and we've learned our lesson. The lesson is
Have
this.
we?
No,
I don't think
It
so.
was a setup, Cody. Thank you. No, we've never learned the lesson, but for some reason we're pretending like we have.
so keep moving forward. Kind
Got to
of.
keep moving forward.
Can't go backwards.
So, yeah, if you don't know about that shit, loans were being handed out by banks to anyone and everyone on not fixed rates.
Yeah.
So when shit started piling up and they were adding up rates, APR rates on your mortgage, all of a sudden you can't afford this thing that you were told you're definitely able to afford this. Do not think twice. In fact, get a pool table and put it in your pool and then buy another pool table and actually play pool in it.
Approved.
Exactly. So
Oh,
the
it's
credit
it was
racket was
good.
crazy. It was like some crazy, extremely crazy mismanagement of money. Us as taxpayers, even though I had nothing, we're,
We never had any.
It shotgunned your future, though.
Yeah.
right. I was paying just like everyone else my age. I was paying upwards of 25% of my income to bail these people out and to fund a war, which Joe Biden irresponsibly pulling out of right now, just when we were about to win it.
So with that, yeah, George W. Bush, a
W.
president who claimed to champion the free market, said no government interference. And that day he bailed out AIG for $85 billion.
They deserved it. They
By-
fucking deserved it.
By the end of the week, the U.S. government infused $700 billion into the banks and mortgage companies to free up credit. So much for free market. We get socialism for corporations.
Sheesh. That's interesting. Look, there's a lot to dive into. We can all be furious. I think we should move along with the story.
All right. So with legitimate banks failing, where were these rich dumbasses going to turn?
Bernie.
They're turning
Sandals?
to Bernie. He gets
Deep
10%
pockets.
every year.
See.
My fake
Guaranteed.
money. My fake money, which I have more than enough of.
Credit cards.
His fund has consistently been gaining money because it's not real. He doesn't have any.
That's so crazy.
Right.
So business actually initially went up for Bernie right during the crisis.
Of
course.
People
Good.
were throwing money down. But then a few months happened, and as the recession started to settle in, Bernie's clients were starting to ask to withdraw the funds. Problem was, there's no funds.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Bernie definitely had a few billion lying around, but at this point, the fake money was up to $65 billion.
He owed?
Small. Very
Not-
small.
Well, it's not
That
even
he
that
owed
he
to people?
owed.
Or he had them, like,
It's-
No.
holding.
no, so
He was
look,
saying he had
You
a
saying he
number
had
that
it?
he
Oh.
didn't have.
Yeah.
So, look, the way a bank works
they should theoretically be able to pay out every single person who keeps money in there.
Well, right. That's
Every
whenever-
dollar needs to
whenever,
be accounted
wherever.
for, and if not, then it needs to be directly tied to a loan that is being subsidized.
Right. If you've ever seen It's a Wonderful Life when they show the stock market crash and all the people are like, I want to pull my money out.
Right.
That's because the bank didn't have the money to back the money that they were supposed to have.
Right. So,
So they had
it's-
to use
to make
personal funds.
sure that doesn't happen anymore, what they do is that they approve loans, and then banks actually write off loans and then send them to the Fed. And the Fed makes up the money.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Just
if
print it.
you look into this shit for 10 minutes, you realize that nothing makes sense and that you should buy things that you want and get
Dogecoin.
into as much debt as possible, because this is all garbage. But either way, we got Bernie here, who's supposed to be able to pay out some of this, at least principally. He
Well,
can maybe
Bernie.
go, hey, I can give you this much, but this much is locked up in funds, and I need some time to get it out. He couldn't do any of that.
No.
Wow.
I mean, if you've got like $4 billion lying around, but you're supposedly able to pay out $65 billion, it's kind of hard to drum
Yeah,
up
it's a-
that extra $61 billion.
Right, exactly. Like if he could have even played it smooth and really worked it out if he had kept, like, out of a $65 million fund, if he was able to keep $20 million. Billion. That's what I mean to say. Yes, B's, hard B's. Okay.
Hard B's.
If he was able to, if he would have kept like 20 to 30 billion,
It'd be
he
good.
would have been able to fend off people long enough where no one would have known that
Wow.
the jack-o'-lantern's empty.
Yeah.
And all of the Tootsie Rolls are actually shit.
That's crazy.
But he's got to go to the Brody Bond down in fucking South Shore in the fucking Hamptons.
Yeah. Free Budweiser.
That's crazy. That's a big ass lie.
Yeah.
Nice chunk.
Yeah.
So now
$1 billion
70-year-old Bernie went into overdrive trying to drum up more funds.
Selling that skin.
His
You
initial
sucking dick?
Well, no, his initial response was to launch another fund. This time more exclusive with better return.
Could you imagine that GoFundMe page? I only need $40 billion to make me seem legit. Help me. Fuck those kids with cancer.
People
It's got
with
my
this
vote.
new better exclusive fund, people are kind of like, that's kind of fuck, Bernie. You've had people that have invested with you for decades. Why aren't they getting the returns? You're like, oh, just new people get like 60% return or whatever the fuck he was saying that they would get.
And
Smells like a Ponzi scheme.
Sure does. And a fruit roll-up.
and some gushers.
Oh, I love Gushers.
Yeah,
That's
man.
I hope that's my return.
Can we get a
on
sponsorship from
investments
Gushers,
in
please?
No.
He even got so
Please?
desperate that he called up 95-year-old Carl Shapiro. Remember him? He was the guy who initially
Hooked him
kicked
up.
this guy off the ground.
Carl he's sitting there upstate. He's still old school in a canoe, with his pass, wearing a dress, going down, picking up his sidekick because he's very cheap. He bought a sidekick it's a good move.
They're dope. The little flip out screen.
Exactly. He wanted to be young. So he's cruising down the canoe. There's a couple redneck hunters going, look at the fucking Amish guy. He is getting a phone call right now from a man who is more in debt than God,
Damn.
asking for a few billion.
Tom, I think you were almost spot on with that, but instead of upstate, they had discovered Florida at that point.
Oh,
So he had moved to Palm Springs, and actually his 95th birthday was done at Mar-a-Lago. So he's probably swimming around in
Good.
Trump's pool.
that's pretty
Oh.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, I do want to spend time there. I want, I don't poo-poo this as much as you might think. I think that there's some value there.
So Bernie asked Carl for $250 million. Now, without a thought, Carl gave it to him. Because this is a guy,
Wow.
remember, Carl was the original, the senior investor. So he was getting money.
He's a
Part
big
of his
dog.
baby,
Right.
too.
So he had made this dude so much fucking money
Yeah.
because he was paying with the later funds to pay Carl.
So he asked for $250 million?
He asked for $250 million, and Carl was like, sure.
It's not even that much.
I know, but
Because-
you can't ask for, I mean, I don't know how much this guy had, but
Hey, Carl, it's me, Bernie. I'm 70 now. You've just now become 95. What do you got? Do you have any relatives that you don't like? Can I help you? Maybe for a fee.
And
Always
again,
for a fee.
Carl thought this dude was legit. Why would he not? He's getting his money back.
Yeah.
As more and more people started to withdraw their funds, Bernie started to complain to his sons, his two spoiled half-wits that worked at the firm, that he was having high blood pressure, and he insisted the nurse be at the office to watch him all the time.
A hot nurse?
Probably.
Nice.
You know it.
So there was this one guy named Martin Rosenman. He decided to invest $10 million into this new fund that Bernie was slinging. He's like, I'm going to throw in, that sounds too good to be true, because it probably is. I'm going to throw $10 million down.
He better be alive today.
On his phony statement, it said that some of the money was invested in treasury bills from the U.S. government.
That's dumb.
Wait, what does that mean? Just
It's bonds.
the money
Yeah,
was
it's like
invested
bonds.
in
It's
money?
T-bonds. They max
okay.
out at a 3% APR. I mean, not APR, payout.
Well, one of the things Bernie's funds, the reason they'd always get 10% return, but in the 90s you could get like 40, 50% return.
It's Bill Clinton times.
So yeah, no, but Bernie's fund was always seen as like conservative and steady, so it kind of made sense. He's putting it in
Right.
bonds.
In a time where the economy didn't make any sense. We have Bill Clinton who was getting blowjers and also ran the country kind of like a Republican, as Hillary Clinton would have, so they should have just went with that bitch. Just to smooth things out, you know.
Yeah.
In retrospect. I'm beyond an opinion, really. Just, you know, removing myself. So what I'm saying here is that during a time where industry is booming, unrightfully so, because money is just being made up.
Fake mortgages.
There's no debt, nothing like that. It's fucking nuts. That guy with 10%, 20% returns is the conservative guy.
Yeah.
Today, to make a percent, a percent,
Any percent
Yeah.
above zero.
right, you're scum.
So Bernie put down that he invested in treasury bills on this guy's phony statement. Now, problem is that is a U.S. government thing. So the sales of treasury bills are public information.
Boy.
So Martin looked it up, and he was like, I don't see a sale here. He said he was putting, like, treasury bills into my account. So this guy flagged the SEC.
Oh.
And this time, they decided to launch an investigation.
Big audit. Big bad dragon audit.
That's not good.
So as they closed in, Bernie had nowhere else to turn, and he was ready to turn himself in. He called a special private meeting with his brother Peter, his wife Ruth, and 2 sons, and came clean that it was all a scam to them. They were horrified. I mean, this is coming from them. I don't know.
Well,
This could all be a
To
big
be
thing.
fair, when
be
you
pretty
tell a
scared.
Jewish person anything, they're horrified.
Yeah. It's raining out.
Oh,
this
my
is
God.
this is terrible.
Now, I mean, you would be. I think the sons were blind on it. I don't think he let his sons know. They worked on the trade floor, like they managed that.
Those dummies, they were just like backpacks with arms
Yeah.
and legs.
I feel like they were just like hammering on light brights. Remember those?
Yeah.
Just being like, money go up? Yeah. I got the green
Like, oh,
ones
my
here.
trust fund's gone.
Now,
Fuck.
son, this is a computer. Every time you want to use it, you need a new black sheet of paper.
You draw the mustache on this man's face over and over again.
Here's one. If you follow this guide here, you can make your favorite video game, the Mario Man.
Please, oil change.
So most of their money they had invested. I mean, it really wasn't their money. It was their dad's money. It was invested in Bernie's fund as well. Bernie was like, all right, I'm going to turn myself in. I want to get some things settled. We'll shift some money around so they don't find it all.
Good.
Nice.
This was all happening around Christmas time. And the Madoff firm was throwing a $30,000 Christmas party for the unsuspecting employees. No one from the 17th floor, just the ones that were legitimate business people.
The legitimate.
Imagine being part of that history. Like you were at the embezzlement party.
Yeah. Bernie played it off like nothing was happening, smiling, but people did notice that the 2 boys were absent from the party.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a Christmas party.
That's
yes,
true.
drink your eggnog. Have fun with Santas. We're going to have a lot of elves come by and put up trees, put them together for you.
Sit in your cubicle, please.
Sit
don't get
down.
Christmas bushes.
Yeah.
Now, everyone, we're going to do the tradition of Christmas where everyone sits at their desk and opens up a present.
We're going to light the candelabra.
Yes. I'm going to invite a man in to sing a song. It's gonna have a
We got
horn at the
tops.
top of it. Sorry, I'm gonna stop this bit. It's not that funny. Continue.
So the two boys were in fact with their lawyer, and their lawyer said you should rat your father out to the FBI and SEC.
Wow, a lawyer with a spine. Look at that.
And that's exactly what they did. They went to the FBI immediately, reported him. SEC went to them. The next day, the FBI knocked on Bernie's New York City penthouse, and the gig was up.
That's why you never have
Caught.
kids.
Now, what year is this again?
This is in 2008, towards
Awesome.
the end of the year.
Oh, towards the end. Okay, great.
Christmas time.
Finally.
Never have kids.
No,
No,
Yeah.
Mike,
They'll
don't
snitch on
fucking
you.
embezzle and Ponzi scheme on
Ah.
fuckwits.
It's fucking kids.
That's the
it's
moral.
all the kids' fault.
all the kids' fault.
Yeah, good point.
So the trial was a media sensation. You may have remembered it if
Yeah,
you're
I remember, yeah.
old enough. Or...
It was no OJ, but it was
That's
interesting.
big news.
It's pretty big news, yeah.
I have pogs with OJ's face on them.
Yeah, I don't have any
Really?
Bernie Madoff.
Yep, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
White Bronco.
Mike, you need to get
The
famous
slammer.
enough to be on Pogs.
That was a pog.
Wow.
Oh,
Age
fuck
show.
me.
So that was
Player of game? Isn't that what it means? Player
yeah.
of the game?
It was a bad game.
No, that's the new version of Pog. Play of the game. Jesus Christ.
We'll talk to you later about pogs because it's a lot. To
Is
get
it
into.
PAWG, like PAWG, like fat ass white girl?
I wish.
It stands for something, not that.
So Bernie was so hated that he actually had to wear a bulletproof vest under his suit when walking to the courthouse. There's actually some footage of like reporters pushing him and shit.
I'd be tight too. Like, yeah, my money, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Reporters don't have money. What are they doing?
I don't know. Everyone hated this dude.
Leave him alone.
So Bernie admitted to it all and said he was so sorry. Now, keep this in mind. If you're ever visiting America or you're from America, if a rich person comes to your house and, say, smashes your kid's skull in, they might get some public service. But if you fuck over the rich, even if you are rich, you're going away for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's weird because, and then if you're rich and you fuck over the poor,
That's what I mean. You could go to someone's house and fucking beat their kid's skull in.
Right, exactly. We're just gonna fit you with a. We're gonna put a Fitbit on you, and just don't leave your house.
We're
for
gonna
a
monitor
while.
your
Don't
shit.
take
Don't
it
leave
off.
your mansion.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be on the premises of one of your 30 houses. And here's your stipend for DoorDash.
Bernie pled guilty to all of the charges. In total, there was 11 federal felonies. This
Sheesh.
included security fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, making false statements, perjury, theft from an employee benefit plan, and making false filings to the SEC.
Oh my god.
Most of that makes sense. What is making false statements?
On few of the audits, it was funny because he believed that he was making money. He was so deranged. Like when he was in jail, he was interviewed a few times.
So let's let him out.
Well, so he thought he was
He's
making
dead.
money. So a few times when he was audited, he provided those false statements that he was giving out to people. And when the interviewer asked him, like, have you ever lied to the SEC? He was like, no, I provided all the statements. And the guy was like, but those statements weren't real. He's like, you might think that.
Okay, I'm going to say
That's the Shaggy defense. Wasn't me.
Yeah,
that's
well,
a debatable charge.
Yeah.
That is totally debatable.
Now, the book I read kind of made him out to like be a martyr for his family, but
Oh.
like taking the fall. But remember, this
Like
guy,
some other
they were
Jew.
all now essentially broke. And of course, like Bernie did try to stash some money away, like in hard goods, like diamonds and shit. But their lifestyle was essentially ruined and would fall to shit, as we'll get
Oh
into.
my goodness, we have to go back to plumbing.
During the course of the trial, Ruth and Bernie actually attempted to do a little Hitler's bunker and downed handfuls of sleeping pills.
Damn. A little party before going away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they woke up the next morning
Ah,
just feeling like
shit.
shit.
It's 7:30.
Damn it. They don't make
We
money.
usually wake up at 6:30.
You know they don't.
These are old people. Old people don't sleep.
Now, Bernie was sentenced to the maximum sentence of 150 years in prison with no parole.
Just
Yeah.
for the record.
This is what you get. Don't fucking embezzle shit, Mike. Okay?
He's 71 years old.
Hey, he is. He's about to die anyway.
Yeah, he's done. He
Well,
shows.
his
He lived
lawyers
his
were like,
life.
yo, dude, this guy's 71. Like, make it 12 or 15 and he'll pretty much be dead anyway. But the judge was like,
Hell
nope,
no.
it's 150 years.
That's
Great.
harsh.
You know, it'd be really funny if his dad outlived him. If his dad was like alive today, he was like 140 and just like, I'm out here greasing the pipes.
Robin Hood.
My son is a disgrace. I'm using Robin Hood. I don't care about GameStops. That's video games.
I hate my fucking sons.
My son's as bad at this.
Oh, this Ponzi scheme had fucked over thousands of people's lives around the world and helped tailspin the economy. This was $65 billion that just didn't exist.
Right, and now we're printing up trillions like it's no big deal.
Well,
So,
yeah,
it's-
this
it
is
is.
the 2000s.
a lot can change in 12 years.
Yeah.
He started a new trend.
Yes. Keep spending money. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens, everyone.
Spend money you don't have.
Yes.
Hey, guys, you know that $5 on Patreon tier? You might as well start spending it now because your money is nothing.
Should give us $10 a month.
You just
Now-
give us 30.
Now, I could give two shits about the rich. I mean, there was some French fuckhead who was managing a bunch of banks that had invested in Bernie Madoff, and he ended up slitting his wrists into buckets.
That's actually one of the funnier stories out of this bit. I remember him into buckets. He was a neat freak, and he put a note, and he didn't want to ruin the carpet
Yeah.
for the next guy coming in.
Oh, it's very
Wow.
nice of him.
Okay.
If you're going to kill yourself,
Do it nicely.
make sure you sever all ties with your family. As soon as you
And
leave
by
the house,
ties,
you
you
go,
mean
listen,
veins.
you know, last thing you say to your wife, so she knows, she's confused. You want to leave your wife confused if you're going to kill yourself, which is, I love you so much. I'm going to the office. By the way, you need to lose some weight. And then head to the office,
Yeah, that'll do it.
set up some buckets right in there. You're dead.
That's clean, too. No,
It's
no
clean.
messy.
Yeah, I think a cleaning lady found him. I think that was set up too. Because if we're going to have someone find him, it's going to be the person who's going to take care of it.
Damn,
the-
that's
Makes
that's
sense.
hardcore.
Yeah, but then there were regular people that suffered too. There was this guy named William Foxton, who was a decorated British soldier and invested his entire military pension in
Fuck.
Madoff. And during
Don't
one
take
Sunday,
veteran
during-
pension.
during one Sunday afternoon, sitting in the park, he shot himself in the head.
Well, let's just chalk it up to him probably being racist.
Sure. Now there were
Okay.
plenty of seniors. Bernie loved to feed on seniors because they had these funds that they weren't gonna take out. You know, they just sat there. So now they had to these seniors had to worry about feeding themselves because they essentially had no money.
Uh-oh.
Right. So then this again reflects on
Yeah.
people our age. We've been feeding some of these people.
And the biggest tragedy of them all,
9/11.
Well,
Bernie
okay.
had stole millions of dollars from Kevin Bacon.
Really? You fucking serious?
Kevin Bacon invested.
That's
I-
terrible.
There's something about him. There's something about that kill scene in the first Friday the 13th where you're watching him get murdered and you go, that guy's probably not a savvy investor.
I like how you can see
Yeah.
his CG dick in The Invisible Man.
Yeah, that's
Really?
Let's talk about the Madoffs. All right, so Bernie's brother Peter did 10 years.
She.
The two of his sons got off the hook because they had ratted him out.
Right.
But their lives had completely changed. Mark Madoff, the younger of the two, 2 years after his father's arrest, was found hanged with a dog leash in his apartment. in
Wow.
Manhattan.
Ooh.
Dude, If you're going to hang yourself in Manhattan, up it from dog leash.
Yeah, right.
That's almost a little bit worse than
It's
being like a
embarrassing.
pet parent.
Embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
That's rude. That's a rude way to go out.
His brother Andrew died of cancer. Both of them were in their 40s.
Sheesh. Karma.
That guy I mentioned, Frank DePascali, the high school Goomba.
I'm assuming he had a mullet.
He actually faced 125 years in prison,
Did he do it?
Why?
but for being involved in the scheme. I didn't write the actual charges, but this was the guy
Okay.
who knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Oh,
They could have,
okay.
in hindsight, they could have been a little more subtle with
Yeah.
the dress.
So his trial got delayed for 6 years, and he would die of lung cancer before ever going to court.
Damn.
So you got to get him in there quick.
I agree.
Ruth ended up hiding some of her funds from Bernie. She was successfully sued for hiding assets, but the court had pity on this poor woman, so she was able to keep an income, or not an income, a sustained
A stipend.
stipend of $2 million.
Oh, good for her.
You know what?
I want her drinking the fucking hot dog water.
I would say, look, we get it. You're you've been trained to enjoy a life of luxury, and perhaps your husband lied to you. So we're going to go to your house in the Poconos, and we're going to make you ski every day until you're dead.
Even when there's no snow.
When there's no snow, we're just going to keep we're going to keep pushing you down the mountain.
Sounds better than jail.
So you can enjoy the life of luxury. You're going to do 3 laps, and then you're going to hit the cocktail bar.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Don't forget
And
the
you're gonna
hot
do it
dog
again.
water.
And then
That's
the
not
hot dogs.
Is it dirty water?
Yeah, like just rub it in their face a little bit. You know,
It's
like,
clean. I don't want the clean water. I want the dirty
I-
water.
I have mixed feelings on this woman because she's probably like a scumbag,
She
like
hot?
the rest of them.
Oh yeah.
But also,
She's like a mega Karen if you look at pictures of her.
she could
Blonde hair, like
have backed out at any point and sued him for like everything,
yeah.
like for divorce.
Yeah.
So just that alone, like you could have got out.
I mean, look at Jeff Bezos' wife. She got out early before the embezzlement hit.
She is the world's richest woman.
Smart
And
lady.
That's how you do it. You marry a really rich guy who eats children or something. And, you know,
Mike, go see if she needs money invested.
So
You're right. I should.
she's donating a lot of money. And you know what? Good for her. I don't know what she's donating to, but
My funds.
who cares? Just throw it away. It's all fake. That's
Give it
the whole
away.
point of
Give it
this
away
story.
now.
So let's talk about old Bernie. Well, he was sent to the Federal Correction Institute of Butner Medium, which is in North Carolina.
I want Butner hard, not
Yeah.
Butner medium
Dude,
or Butner soft.
Yeah, he was the medium, like a little soft boy.
Yeah, too much. Too much.
His projected release date was 2137.
It's a good year.
Which
and-
is hilarious that they bother at that
Yeah, I
point.
mean,
Yeah,
he
I
would
don't
be
know,
at the
yeah.
ripe old age of 102.
3
He's got
years
that.
before the last Bitcoin would be mined.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
2140. Last Bitcoin year.
2140?
Yep.
Gotta get in before then.
I mean, it's still early. They keep saying it.
Yeah. Gotta get
In
before it's too late.
2009, he got in his first prison yard fight with a fellow senior citizen.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Imagine
Great.
Yeah,
watching
tell
that.
me about it.
He was sent to the prison hospital, and the the report said that he had facial fractures, broken ribs, and a collapsed lung.
Dang, he got fucked up.
Now, it turns out that that was not true. He just had hypertension.
Oh.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But apparently, everyone in jail treated this guy like a superstar because, in jail, you never want a rat. And apparently, they saw him that he wasn't a rat. He kind of gave himself up. Bernie became friends with Carmine Perscato, who was the boss of the Colombo family for the New York Mafia.
Yeah, good friend.
And also in 2019, he sent a letter to Donald Trump for a pardon. The two of them, as I mentioned,
We're
were
boys.
buddies partying down in Mar-a-Lago. But seeing that Bernie probably got the smooth brain 45 to invest in his Ponzi scheme, his plea went to deaf orange ears.
Damn.
Deaf orange.
Yeah,
here.
he
Can we?
Got
all right,
curved.
the joke's been done.
I don't like Bernie's.
Yeah,
No
well,
ifs, ands, or buts.
yeah, well, you said Bernie Sanders in jail? Good.
Me? I like Bernie.
No,
He's
I'm
a nice
saying
guy.
that's Trump.
Oh yeah.
Why is
I
Bernie
don't know
Sanders
his
in
name.
jail?
I don't remember the last names. He says fellows. That's my only Trump impression you're gonna get. It's not good.
Anyone gonna ask me the question?
I heard a burner Berber did die.
Bernaberba.
Good.
So, in February of 2020.
Oh, recent.
in
Yeah,
Feb-
man.
in
He died
Fe-
on my
man.
birthday. You were at my house when he died.
In February of 2020, his lawyers filed a compassionate release from prison with the claim that he was suffering chronic kidney failure, giving him less than 18 months to live.
Damn, kid. You're gonna die.
And also, as
They're kind of doing this with Harvey Weinstein right now. It's like, oh, his eyes and teeth are falling out, and everyone's just like, so?
Stop poking him in the eyes and taking his teeth out. There.
Yeah.
Bastards.
This is obviously a setup.
Also, this was the COVID pandemic that we're living in, and they were afraid he was going to catch the COVID.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, no.
What? What are we gonna let this old man who's destroyed so many thousands of lives? We're going to COVID. God damn, these people are stupid. What a case!
He's a prisoner. Why can't I mean shit?
Just like, oh, you're in prison. Oh, actually, you're the bottom of society now. How does that feel, buddy? How's that feel, you old prick? How does it feel that you
He's like,
warm the filter fish with no Horseradish.
No horseradish.
None.
Wow.
That's a bad
That's
meal
bad.
because you want a cold and you want something zingy on it.
His requests were
This game is
denied due to the severity of his crimes. They're like, fuck off, Bernie.
You know-
Stay in there.
You know what they need? They need a table where like you want to make your plate. All right, give us more. Chop off some of your dick in front of us.
Do it.
Just if you could chop off like some of your dick in front of us, we'll think about
Like
it.
Yakuza rules.
We'll think
No,
about
Take
it.
that pinky
It's like a
off.
jigsaw like moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like who care? Like if these people are that at the end of their life and they've done that much harm and they're going,
Yeah, what is he gonna do? It's-
Like give them
We
an
we
extreme.
revive
Like,
Jackass.
right, I'm just
with
saying,
old
give them an
I
extreme
can see
way
that.
out. If they've done something extreme and are asking for that much in return, just be like, yeah, that's something penis.
I think we need to help some taxes out and rejuvenate the gladiatorial games with some of these old people.
That would
Not
be
even
cool.
that. I
Tickets?
just want to see like,
I'd
hi,
see
I'm
that.
Bernie Madoff. I, like frauded 1 billion people. I'm gonna do 2 flips off of like the prison like guard tower.
If I nail it, then I get out. Yeah, they give him a little. They give him a twin mattress to land on.
That'd
And
be
they take
sick.
it away at the last second.
Yeah.
Or it's like full of like fucking like rusty cheese graters.
Oh,
Oh, dude, like doing one of those belly dives that those circus freaks did. You know, like where they put a kiddie
Yeah,
pool
that's
and they're
cool,
like,
too.
yeah, just do that. All right, if you make the dive at the prison wall, you can continue a life of scamming and we'll pretend none of this ever happened.
Yeah, but it's like all like thick maple syrup, so he just collapses his lungs.
Yeah,
oh.
that would be something.
So, on Tom's birthday of this year, 2021, April 14th. If you didn't know Tom's birthday now, you got to send him
Great.
shit.
I have been doxxed. I'm 33 and I am invested in
It's a lucky number, Tom. 33.
33. Yeah, I guess it is. I was going to, what am I not invested in that I could say I am invested in?
Dogecoin.
Hitachi.
I have
Sweatshops.
20 Dogecoin.
That's
At me.
some bad numbers right now.
Yeah.
You need to pump those volumes up, Tom. Come on, what are you doing over here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to be personal with the audience.
So, on Tom's birthday, 2021, Bernie Madoff died of natural causes, probably due to his kidney failure. At the
I
age,
feel like there's a big black inmate named Natural Causes that was his cellmate.
we're just stretching that wrinkly hole out. At the age
dirty little
of
hole.
82 in the federal prison in North Carolina.
What was it called? Butts Prison?
Butthole prison.
Butner. Okay, congratulations.
Medium
Well,
butt.
guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we did this show. Cody, Mike, Travis, thank you for doing the research.
Thanks, Travis.
Yeah.
Now make that money, Mike.
Right.
I'm
Fresh boy.
inspired now to run a Ponzi scheme.
You've been taking notes. You know
No,
that
no,
your predecessor is dead now. He died on my birthday. Get at it.
His spirit entered my soul as he died.
Right. And I'm sure you guys are
You
having lots of
can't do
soul butt sex or something in there.
Hey, that's private, but
That's all that matters. Well,
That's what he does in his bedroom
That's
with Bernie
private, son. Come
Madoff's
on.
ghost is his own business.
I wasn't shaming. I was just saying it's, it's good. It's good. So either way, wow, what have we learned about money tonight, guys? Cody, what have you learned about money tonight?
Yeah, you fuck over poor people, you'll get away with it, but you fuck over rich people, you'll spend 150 fucking years in jail,
Okay,
even if
smart.
you're 89.
Good.
Right.
Mike, you've learned a lot. Give us in a quick sentence.
you
what
fake
have
it till you make it.
Fake it till you
Fake
make
it
it.
until you make
You
it. There we
fucking
go.
pretend
That's
you
the-
pretend
yeah.
you're the
This
shit
is
until
weird.
it blows up in your face.
It's beautiful.
Cody, Tom, and I, we made a very smart investment.
How are you guys fucking dirty
Did we?
rich?
Yeah. So look,
Dogecoin.
we are looking forward to telling all you listeners of Roast Mortem where our money went to. Most of my money, but where our money has gone to, and what Mike has done with it. If he Ponzi's us, if he doesn't Ponzi us,
I don't think
I'll
he can.
I'll
Ponzi
keep you
us.
guys updated.
He'd like screw something up.
Oh, you think I'll screw something up?
now he's gonna.
Now you
Ponzi
think I'm gonna
us.
screw
Thanks-
something up?
Thanks,
Oh,
Cody.
Thanks, Cody.
He was gonna do honest
Now he will.
investments, and now he hates us.
Oh no, I'm gonna do a Ponzi scheme now just so I can do it.
He's just gonna start another podcast. It's gonna do way better than this one.
The Mike Show.
That's what he's gonna do.
Ponzi schemes with Mike.
Ponzi
Yeah,
schemes.
he
with
called it
Mike.
the Shark
Right.
Tank.
We're gonna tune into.
Tanked on sharks.
We're gonna see. He's gonna have 1 month on Patreon where his Patreon is worth $6,666. Maybe just coincidentally covering his ass.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the same money.
You know what? I quit the podcast now. As of right now. See what
Don't
I'm-
leave
Can't
us.
do that.
I have enough funds to get my own thing started.
Oh no!
This is where we part ways now, I think.
Wow.
Mike, I also gave you 2 scoot boards. I gave you a regular sized one and a tiny one with Piccolo on it.
I
Come
can
on,
hang
you
it, I
can't
can hang it
leave
in
me,
my
dog.
studio when I'm doing my podcast. This is from friend Travis.
Wow. All right. Look, Mike, thanks for doing everything you
Yeah,
can
this
for
is
us.
nice. Good
Travis,
time
like
while it
I said this before, but thanks again for the research. That was a lot of fun. Cody, thanks for being here all the way from
I did
Hawaii.
it.
Tuning in. Thanks for listening. We are Roast Mortem Podcast. Check out patreon.com/roastmortemcast if you like the show. If not, give us a rating on iTunes. Listen to us on Spotify, all the platforms. We are there. Follow us on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter.
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your
Check,
friends.
check me
Again,
out on
that
Sean
was
Mike
Harris's
gets
podcast.
none of the Patreon money for this stunt. Just
Yes.
No,
Just so you know.
this is our investment.
Yes.
And then once this works, we can open it up to the public.
Open up a firm.
Let's see, Mike.
Right.
I'm a trustworthy person. You would trust me if you saw me on the street randomly.
Mike, stick around for the after show. All right. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah. Also,
Thank you.
Also, not for human consumption. Thinks you're a murderer.
Really? Hey.
Thank you, Shane.
Bye.
I do have nothing behind these eyes.
Yeah.